morning, fellow citizens. We are in the wake of a foreign crisis. As many of you may know, the recent events in South Korea have caused an outburst of media coverage across the nation. Today I'm here to speak to you not only to inform you of the recent events, but also to inform you on how the Americans will respond. Recently, North Korea launched an attack on Seoul, South Korea. A 10-kiloton nuclear bomb was dropped on the South Korean capital city. The weapon was the same size as the one the North Koreans tested in 2013. There have been an estimated 62,290 fatalities, along with 89,300 injuries. It is too early to tell how many Americans have been affected by the crisis. What we do know is that the U.S. Embassy, located in Seoul, has been destroyed, and all inside were killed. The first order of business as Americans is to take care of our own people. Our thoughts and prayers go out to the Americans who contributed very much to what was one of the most important and successful U.S. embassies. As I have stated earlier, the North Korean government was behind these attacks. Again, the Democratic People's Republic of Korea has failed to stick to their agreements and have only continued the advancement of nuclear programs. Now it has affected thousands of our own people and our closest allies. I tell you today that we face a threat. Nuclear power is a serious danger, and for that reason, action must be taken against the government of North Korea. However, for those who look for a quick, violent solution, you must realize that to achieve victory in a nuclear battle would only result in an ultimate defeat for mankind. As John F. Kennedy said of nuclear war just over 53 years ago in this very office, even the fruits of victory would be ashes in our mouth. We must remember that we are fighting against nuclear warfare. And in this fight, we must not resort to the cause of the fight unless it be entirely necessary. The safety of the United States and the people of our great country will remain our highest importance. The events of Seoul, South Korea, must be a wake-up call for not only the United States of America, but the world. The front in which we face is not that of war, but that of precaution. As Americans, we realize the danger that nuclear weaponry possesses. It is for this reason that today I call the United States to take action. Acting in order to ensure the safety of the United States and the world, I have come to a decision on the initial steps we must take in response. With the help of my advisors, and by the power of the Constitution, and with approval of Congress, we will begin diplomatic relations with countries around the world to further isolate North Korea and thus force them to shut down nuclear developments. As of now, we will be commencing a set of meetings with powers worldwide in order to do the following. 1. Provide necessary protection and aid to the people, not just in Seoul, but in the country of South Korea. 2. Reach a consensus to end all trade agreements and friendly relations with North Korea until the government of North Korea is forced to end nuclear developments and meet the international guidelines that have been set. And 3. Make sure that there is military force ready in surrounding countries if the North Koreans did think to strike again. We are already working with South Korea and Japan in our cause. We plan to include China, Australia, Thailand, the Philippines, as well as Russia in our efforts. While there will be a need for some military insurgency in surrounding countries, the military force in South Korea stands strong and ready as we speak. With over 28,000 American troops stationed, we already have a strong force ready, not to mention the over 600,000 active South Korean troops. I know we still will be able to succeed in shutting down the government of North Korea until they choose to do what is right. Their economy is not strong enough of an asset for countries like China and Russia to maintain relations. We will help these countries fill these gaps and maintain stability, as long as they show cooperation in what will be a global effort. The last thing we as Americans want is a full-scale warfare. We should hope for peace and safety for our country and our troops. We also should hope for other countries to not try and hinder that peace and safety. To do this, sometimes it requires us Americans to take action. I believe, with the help of fellow members of the executive branch and the American people, we have a solution that will ensure global peace and safety while eliminating the threat that stands before us today. Thank you, and God bless the United States of America.